Did you ever have any of the X-Men action figures?
Yeah, I loved them. They were fantastic. I didn't have many. In fact, I had maybe just Wolverine and Gambit. I kick myself for not getting Deadpool because I really liked that figure and I had a chance to get it, but I didn't. But yeah, I just had the yellow and black, yeah, the classic costume Wolverine with his pop-out claws, and Gambit with his kick action.
You make me feel, honestly, you make me feel like the gluttonous American that I am, because I had maybe like 5 different Wolverines. I had Albert. I had Space Wolverine during the Phoenix Saga Wolverine. I had the Black Ops Wolverine where it's like black and gold costume. I had, which had I think a light up torch or something. It was like he had a battery, like a little nickel battery inside of him. He put a little thing in his hand, it would glow. And then I had my favorite one was a casual Wolverine with his bomber jacket and blue jeans and cowboy boots, and inside his wrist had these little plastic things. And you push one outward, and the claws would pop out of his hands. You know, he had each claws on each hand. I had the Wolverine motorcycle. I had an Apocalypse, and I was out. I took Apocalypse out camping.
Oh, I did have an Apocalypse.
I had the Age of Apocalypse with Shadow King and Little Jar, the little accessory figure. And I was out camping, and it was like late at night, and there was like, of course, this is before, Game Boy and everything like that. But like the light was not strong enough, for playing at night. So I'm out there in a fire with Apocalypse like coming out of the fire. And I scalded the bottom of the plastic Apocalypse because he's walking through embers, and I was going, I'm more powerful than doing that kind of thing, like doing like the John Colos, the guy who played Baltar in the classic Battlestar Galactica, who voiced Apocalypse. Fun fact, folks.
I didn't know that.
Voiced, classic Baltar voiced Apocalypse, and I always wanted a Cable figure, but never got my hands on a Cable figure. Closest I got was Albert, and that was it. Because they had some of them that were based off the cartoon, some off the comics, but mostly off the cartoon. And I mean, I had a kick-ass Omega Red, and that got broken. And I had a Gambit. I was on a school bus on a trip to a tribe powwow, a local a Native American tribe powwow, and a kid grabbed my Gambit, and it had the plastic trench coat.
Yeah.
And the kid ripped the coat off because he was just being a dick. And so I'm like really upset. My Gambit's ruined. The staff was bent. I was able to straighten out the staff, but my mother, seeing how upset I was, went and actually sewed Gambit another coat, like a cloth coat, sewed it and used the fabric stuff. So my Gambit had a real cloth coat, and that figure, I cannot find it anywhere. So I'm kicking myself because that was like a one-of-a-kind thing. Like, he had a real cloth, not that cheap plastic stuff, but a real cloth coat, and that was really cool.